Hello and welcome back for another Timeless video. Today we're going to be revisiting this lands deck. The deck is really trying to use Strip Mine to lock your opponent out of the game, keeping them from casting any of their expensive cards. This is done by recurring the Strip Mine out of the graveyard using cards like Ramunap Excavator, Wary Zone Guard, and Crucible of Worlds. In order to find our Strip Mine, we could use Crop Rotation. This can also be used to get something like our Ancient Tomb to try and ramp out our recursion earlier in the game, or it can help us combat graveyard decks by tutoring up our Bojuka Bog, one of our stronger weapons. Exploration helps us play multiple lands in a turn, meaning that if we're stripping our opponent, we can still progress our own game plan. And then we have Malevolent Rumble and Once Upon a Time to help us either dig for the Strip Mine or the recursion. Noxious Revival and Endurance are in the deck as some additional graveyard hate. And then we have Karn so that we have access to a tutor package in the sideboard, which can present us some more win conditions. Fast mana is important in the format, so we're playing the full play set of Ancient Tomb and Chrome Mox. And then for utility lands, we also have a Blast Zone, as well as a Boseiju Who Endures, and 4 copies of Bridgeworks Battles, which we can play as a land. We can imprint under the Chrome Mox, or occasionally we can use it as a removal spell. For the sideboard, we have a lot of the classic targets, and since we're not really a big mana deck, we've stuck to a lower curve on a lot of these. Last time we played this deck, we had a pretty good outing, and I'm hoping with an expanded sideboard, we're able to put up similar results today. This hand is fine. Actually, didn't see Bojuka Bog there. I think we need to take a mulligan because of that. This is better. Then, with the lands we have here, I don't think we need double exploration. Looks like we're up against Oops All spells. This will likely take our Crop Rotation if they use Grief, otherwise they're going to be in a bit of trouble. There is the Grief. Hopefully this Strip Mine slows them down long enough that we can get the Zone Guard going. They actually go for the Zone Guard, so maybe they have Reanimate in their deck. Nope, they're going to Surgical it instead. It does impact our strategy a bit, but we do have other ways to recur lands from the graveyard. Draw Step Once Upon a Time. We'll play that first, and we'll take the Endurance. With that said, we should be pretty safe. Play out the Strip Mine, take out the Bog, and then we'll pass the turn. Love to untap here with Crop Rotation available. And with the Endurance, I don't know that we need to slow it down here. Take the Excavator, pass the turn. Next turn, we can get them in a strip lock. This deck does play Dark Ritual, so it's not an actual lock, since they could play out a land and then double Dark Ritual and still cast their Spy. But it doesn't look like they have it here. And then, because we have Exploration in play, we can play out the Ancient Tomb first. Strip Mine. Take them off their land. And now we're still holding up Crop Rotation as well. I feel pretty confident. No attack, pass the turn. And there's the concession. Good game. This hand is okay. You have some graveyard hate and a Strip Mine. Opponent plays out at Dark Slick Shores. We'll take our draw step first. Another strip mine. Okay, I think we hold on to Once Upon a Time. Just strip our opponent. They're going to brainstorm. That's fine. This could brainstorm lock them if they don't find a land or a shuffle effect. They have a delta here. Can't strip line that one yet. So we'll use the Once Upon a Time. Opponent fetches now. That's bad timing. Now we'll be able to strip whatever they get. Don't understand that move from our opponent. They get rid of a revival, and we only have Ancient Tomb to choose from. We'll happily strip them a second time. And then pass the turn again. Third land. Crop rotation is good. Can hold that up in case our opponent has graveyard hate. A little bit better timing on this fetch. They get a watery grave. I actually think we're going to try strip mining this again. Eventually they have to run out of lands, right? Pass the turn. Well, not today at least. Chrome Mox is a fantastic top deck here. We will imprint one of our Rumble. Then we can play out the Boseiju. Pass the turn. See what they fetch up here. Probably another Dimir land, based on what we've seen so far. Basic Swamp. No end of turn and tomb. And they just concede here. Did a pretty good job of controlling our opponent's mana, and they were on a deep mulligan and just couldn't put together what they were looking for. On to the next. This hand is good. We'll keep. Just play out the forest, pass the turn. No need to play Once Upon a Time yet. Against a affinity deck. We'll use Once Upon a Time, see what we're drawing into. Take a forest. And then we can crop rotate away. Go grab a Ancient Tomb. And here we'll play out the Excavator. Pass the turn. Next turn, we should be able to strip mine them twice. And I hope they don't have too big of a turn here. Chrome Mox will be shut off by Karn next turn if we play it out. So will the Great Furnace, so it might actually be better to play out Karn before strip mining them. We'll shut off almost all of their mana. And then we have Crucible to follow up with. And that's enough for the concession. Very difficult for them to overcome, especially with what we've seen so far.